It's hard to believe that the original NT USB from Rode has been around since 2014 now. I mean, it feels like only yesterday that oil prices were crashing, tensions with Russia are at an all-time high, and Scotland wanted to be independent. Oh wait, that was yesterday. This now 8-year-old microphone is still going strong, but it's starting to look a little bit rusty in comparison to its competitors. Now, however, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the Rode NT USB is back, and this time it's bringing a big old plus.
Thanks for checking out Radio.co on YouTube. If you want to see more kit reviews, live webinars, and handy broadcasting tips, then give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon.
So the NT USB, of course, has been a huge hit for Rode over the years, partially down to its great value and sound quality, but also for that amazing price tag. It's become quite iconic in its design, I'd say. You see a fair few of these still to this day, knocking about on podcasts and in radio studios. But in 2020, they released something even more popular, arguably, in the form of the Rode NT USB Mini, which we absolutely love at Radio.co. Another hit for Rode, the NT USB Mini kind of did everything the NT USB did, just in a much smaller package, with a little bit less on the sound quality side. And it even included Rode's new software, Rode Connect. And that's without even mentioning the price. These are super affordable, which is absolutely brilliant for beginners. So in 2022, the original NT USB is looking a bit dated, and the NT USB Mini might not be for everyone's taste. There's also a lot of competition these days, such as the Blue Yeti, which we also like here at Radio.co. So it's not surprising that Rode decided to resurrect one of its most popular devices in the form of the NT USB Plus. And no, your eyes don't deceive you. We haven't just got two NT USBs. They are very similar in looks. In the box, it's a fairly no-frills affair. First, you'll find your NT USB Plus itself, alongside a USB-C to USB-C cable, and finally, a little stand to put it on. Fortunately, there's no case like you got with the original, but if you've got the original, you could use the same case. So, what is actually different with the NT USB Plus? Well, let's have a look. At the top, we have the iconic pop shield returning, and as far as I'm aware, there's no changes to the pop shield here. Then we have the actual microphone itself, and it's slightly less transparent than last time, which allows for a nicer bluey glow to the light that powers on inside. The two dials on the side return. The bottom one is to control your headphone volume, and the top one is to control your output. We of course have the mount underneath where you can attach the included stand. And that's about it. So what is different? Well, if we look underneath, you will find that there is now USB-C. So is it really worth it just for USB-C? Well, there is actually a lot more to it than that. So let's take a look what you're actually getting inside the mic itself. First, there's a studio-grade condenser capsule with a tight cardioid polar pattern. Rode says this would be ideal for recording vocals, speech, and instrument. Then we have an ultra-low noise, high-gain Revolution preamp and a high-resolution 24-bit to 48 kHz analog to digital conversion. This should hopefully provide some amazing sound quality, and we are going to test it in just a bit, so stay tuned. Something I didn't mention before is that you get a headphone output on the side, which Rode claims will provide zero latency as on the old one. Like I said before, you get USB-C underneath now, and this is a welcome change. It's nice to see Rode embracing USB-C. They've been using it a lot on their recent devices like the Rodecaster Pro 2. And to be honest, the USB-C is used by pretty much every device now, so it does make sense. Aside from reluctant fruit-based companies that are for some reason refusing to use USB-C, even though they kind of use it on their iPads and their MacBooks, but then they don't use it on their phones, but then they do use it on the bit. It's compatible with everything you expect, like Mac, Windows, iPad, iPhone, which is great. There's also internal DSP audio processing, which is once again powered by Aphex, and you'll be happy to hear that my favorite effect, Big Bottom, is included. I love Big Bottom. Yeah, like I say, they do supply a little tripod stand thing, but I imagine most people will be using it on a boom arm instead, as it's a little bit low down. Like the Mini, this is also compatible with Rode Connect, but it's also compatible with Rode Central and Rode Unify. So what actually makes it stand out from the previous two iterations of the NT USB? Well, the original only had 16-bit, the new one has 24-bit, which is the same as the Mini. It's slightly heavier, at 540 grams as opposed to 520 grams, but obviously if you want light and compact, then the Mini is still the king there. Like I said, this one is compatible with Central, Connect, and Unify, whereas the old one isn't. But the Mini is compatible with all of those things, I believe. So what about price? Well, the old one is about £139 on Amazon as of today, The Mini is £99 and the new one will be about £169. The Podcaster is another great USB mic from Rode, and that is also £169 and is a dynamic mic. But like I say, it's getting on a bit, it's getting a little bit rusty. So if you like the latest Rode tech, then the NT USB Plus is the way to go. Like I said, the Blue Yeti is another popular cardioid, and that has the added bonus of being bidirectional and unidirectional. It also has a 16-bit rate in comparison to the 24-bit on the NT USB Plus, but overall, very similar in specs. So let's compare all these mics and see which sounds the best. And if you recognize where this quote is from, please let me know in the comments.
Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail. Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail. Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail. Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail.
So overall, I do think the NT USB Plus is a worthy upgrade from the original NT USB. The design is a little bit similar for my liking. It would have been nice to see a few changes, but I suppose the mantle, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, does apply here. At the £160 mark, it is a little pricey when you compare it to the likes of the Blue Yeti, but Rode make great products. You're not going to go wrong here. You're going to get all the added software and bits included, so it's really dependent on if you think it's worth it or not. Another great option is the Mini, of course, if you don't want to spend that much money and you just want a punchy little mic that will do the job. But I would say that I would always get this over the original NT USB because I think it does replace it in a lot of ways. I can see why they opted to call this one the NT USB Plus and not the NT USB 2 because really it is just a minor upgrade to an already fantastic device. It's not a fully fledged sequel, but it is an update that brings one of the most popular USB microphones from the last decade into 2022 with USB-C, which is by far the most popular form of connectivity right now. But that's just what I think, and I know for a fact you'll have opinions and thoughts of your own, so make sure you hit the comments down below as we'd love to know what you think. And while you're down there, you might as well hit subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell because it makes me happy. But until next time, thank you very much for watching and happy broadcasting.
And just before you go, how would you like to launch your very own online radio station? Surprisingly, it's a lot simpler than you may think. And the absolute best way to get started is by chatting to myself or another member of the Radio.co team. To do that, just head to radio.co/demo to schedule a video call with us, where we'll discuss your plans, answer your questions, and of course, guide you around the Radio.co software.